Hello, my name is Father Hyacinth Marie Cordell. I'm the Associate Pastor here at StPiusV Church in Providence, Rhode Island, across from Providence College.
So, Father, how long have you been a priest here?
I've been a priest here for a little over 3 years.
How do you like it at St. Pius?
I love it.
What changes have you seen over the years?
Some of the changes I've seen especially progress among our younger population. We have a young adult group, people in their 20s and 30s that have a weekly meeting on Thursday nights, and we usually get anywhere from 20 or 30 up to 50 people coming. We pray in the church, and then we meet down here in the church hall, and we also visit a nursing home once a month, and they help out with bread lines and things like that. So it's the young adults, and I would also say the youth. So this is at the end of a youth group meeting. We're having this interview, and we went to not having much, no regular meetings, to, as you know, monthly meetings. 2 years ago we started that, and then last September we started weekly meetings. So we're almost at a year of having weekly meetings, and it's going well, and we have more kids coming now. So that's lots of things have changed, but these are a couple of things that I'm interested that I think are really important.
What is your favorite design element in the church?
Favorite design elements? I would say what's neat about the church is that it's an interesting combination of the traditional form of a church and modern. So, for instance, it's traditional when there's an altar rail, there's traditional mosaic stations of the cross, and we also, it's a beautiful marble altar and all these things, so that's very traditional. More modern elements would be it's sort of in a semicircle or in the round. That's a very modern sort of design of the church. So it's an interesting combination of the traditional and the modern. And it was built in 1962, right before the beginning of Vatican II. And a lot of things started changing, but it's right in the transition point. But it's like a bridge between two worlds in a sense.
Why do you worship here?
I worship here because I'm assigned here. But even more than that, because I love, as a priest, we're called to be kind of another Christ on earth, and that's such a hard calling. We priests often fall short of that, as everybody does. But you can really, in the Mass, you know that Jesus is working through you, even despite your limitations. And when you can see Him at work, working through you, working through many others, it brings a lot of joy.
How is it when you do Mass?
Mass is, I love celebrating Mass. I try to be very conscious of celebrating in a prayerful way. So I like to sing because I think it engages people more. As far as the prayerful aspect, I try to pause and work in pauses in the Mass. Like after the homily, for instance, I'll sit and just wait for a few seconds so that people can reflect. So it just doesn't go from one thing to the next. And after communion, I like to sit and reflect to let people have the space to just pray and to appreciate Jesus in the Eucharist whom they just received. And I think that even though it takes a little longer, it will help people have a more prayerful experience of the Mass and appreciate the Mass more deeply. So when I celebrate, I really try to lead in that way, to be conscious of that, to make space for prayer and so people have a deeper experience of the Mass.
How long have you been here at St. Pius?
So 3 years.
What was your first impression when you first came here?
First impression, to tell you the truth, probably laugh at this. When I first got here, I was kind of shocked that most of the church seemed empty to me. So where I come from in suburban Chicago, the churches are just generally more full, and there are more people around. And but here there are a lot fewer Catholics there, which is interesting. But here there are a lot more Catholics. But at least at St. Pius, I know other churches are full because in the suburbs, part of its demographics in the city here. But it just didn't seem like that many people, in church. So I think there's been an increase, general increase, slow increase, but it used to be much more full years and years ago. I've seen pictures. But we're trying to work on bringing people back so that more and more people will come, that it will start to fill up again. So that was kind of took a little while for me to get used to. Is just not seeing that many people in the pews, relatively speaking. I mean, a lot of empty seats.
Mm-hmm. How is the community within the church?
The community here at St. Pius is very welcoming. It's a very warm parish, and a lot of people that come here, that's what they say. They say they see people that are happy, welcoming. There's lots of going on in the church, so it's very community oriented. Some churches you might feel like it's just you going to the church, or just a lot of individuals, a collection of individuals, and not really a sense of the community of the family. Here, a lot of people know each other. They like to be around each other. It's very welcoming and warm. So,
what do you know about St. Pius?
The saint or the church?
The church.
What do I know? Well, I know it began back in 1918. It began at Providence College. There was actually a little chapel over there, and then they built the school, which was the original chapel was in the gym. So you can, as you know, you can see kind of the outline. The pillars were in the church, and you can see where the sanctuary was. And so, but and I think they had two churches, one on top of the other, but there wasn't room enough for all the people. They needed bigger facilities, and they needed more room in the school. So that's why they built this new church. And so the pastor at the time spearheaded this effort to build this new church to have bigger facilities. And we're very blessed to have a good, strong church and to have this church hall down here in which you can have lots of events and still have the gym and the school. So we have, so there's a history of the building itself. And of course, as you know, some families have been here since almost the beginning, so they have deep roots at St. Pius. Others, there are a number of people that move in or join the parish more recently, but it changes over time. A lot of people have moved out to the suburbs, actually. A lot of people that were connected to St. Pius in the past like to come back here for their funerals, even if they're going to other churches that have moved out. So people still feel connected, but a lot of people have moved out that have been part of St. Pius.
What can you say about the school?
School, best elementary school in the world. It's a great school, and the sisters have added a lot to that. And then we have, as you know, we have one sister who's the principal, and then 3 sisters teaching second grade, so that to prepare the children for first reconciliation and communion, and then in 8th grade to prepare the students for confirmation, and then usually a sister in 4th grade as well. So it changes. It makes the community. The school has it has a great appreciation of. It's just a very Catholic environment, and it's prayerful, and you have the influence of the sisters.